Hey friends, welcome back to another build in Paralives. Today we are going to be building this open plan type of cottage, type of cuteness. Anyway, let's just get in with this build. So as you can see, we've already got some of the walls and the upstairs bedroom done. We built this on my live stream that is available over here on my channel, so if you want to see how we built the structure and how we did this bedroom and the bathroom, it is over on that live. So if you just want to pop over there and watch that bit first, you can do, and then come straight back to this video to see how we finish it. So now I'm moving into the bathroom, furnishing that. As you can see, we've gone for a quite dark colour in the bathroom. And now I just need to try and find all the objects, which is actually quite tricky considering I don't know the whole catalogue yet. So we'll see how that goes. I love these towels, the fact that you can stack them. And I changed the colours. I went for like yellow, I like the yellow, and a white one, and another yellow one. Because that duck is super cute. We had to have that in the bathroom. And then we're just putting lots of products onto this shelf, because I don't know about you, but I don't like lots of products in the actual shower. I prefer to take what I need in with me and then bring them back out. It keeps the shower looking tidy. And who doesn't need some extra toilet roll in the bathroom? Okay, so here I decided to go for the towels again, but I made them into face cloths. So again, we're just colouring them to match our theme. And then some extra items, just because we need spares. And we don't want them all the same smell, so we're changing the colours. And then I wanted like a little light on this shelf just to brighten up the bathroom, because sometimes when it's dark in the game, the lights aren't very bright. And I love the colour wheel. I don't think I'm ever going to get over it. It does give you a little bit of decision fatigue though, because you've got so many decisions to make. There I was just checking how much light it gives me, and then just adding a washing basket. So onto the blinds. I love the fact that you can move them, have them more open, have them more shut, and that you can actually see through them like proper blinds. It's so cute. I love this game already for the build. The build inside is so good. I've not even gotten into actual live mode yet. I'm still in the building. I love the building. So now we're just picking a picture for in the bathroom just to fill this wall. I really like that. I think it goes really well with the colours that are in this room. Just black, white and grey. And then choosing the floor, and again getting to choose the colours that you actually want. Oh, it's game changer. Game changer. So we went for a bit of yellow because I've got yellow in the towels, and then I went for a bit of black on the floor as well with the grey. So again, keeping in with the theme. Going downstairs now. Now I've got to make a decision of where everything is going to be. Oh, and then I went back because I realised that this just looks like it's floating. And I really don't want it to look like it's floating. So just working out now how to lift it. There we go. Got it. Okay, so we're just moving it into place. So it's like a little beam that you can put underneath, and it just makes the upper floor look more solid. And then again, we're going to try and match that wood best we can. I was hoping it was going to give me a number of what it was, but in the end I just eyeballed it. Got it close enough, I think. There we go. I think that looks loads better. Here's our bathroom, and then I'm looking at the walls thinking I'm not keen on the tiles I picked. So I like the tiles in the shower room, but I wasn't keen on the other ones, so I went for like a very dark blue. and then realised that my door's disappeared. I did have a door in there, don't know where it went. So we're now going to select another door and again choose the colours. Trying to match it to what I had before, and then I found a swatch. The swatch worked well. And then I find some little body loofahs, I think they're called, and I think they'd be perfect in the shower. And then we're just going to put some bits over here. So I was going to go downstairs and then realise, oh, I still have other things to do up here. It's normally the way, isn't it? Because we can't forget our toothbrush. There I am, just resizing that because I felt like it looked a bit too big and then it shrunk way too small. Again, some more towels. You can't have enough towels in a bathroom. Just 2 more there. And I went with a slightly different colour, still a white one, but then a pale blue one in there because I felt like it looked even better. And then again, just picking the little waste paper bin. And then one washing basket wasn't enough. I had to have one with a lid as well. I really loved that, but you can see right through it, and I was like, I don't want to see straight through to the wall. I want it to be a bit more solid, so we picked this one. And then again, choosing the fabric. There's so many choices in this game. The catalogue doesn't feel that big, but that colour wheel just makes it massive. There we go, I'm happy with that colour and that decision. And then I just want a little mat just to step out of the shower. Yeah, too big. Let's go with a nice small one instead. Just checking the lighting. Again, it looks very dark, so we need a nice big light. And then I've gone for the little spotlights just in the shower, one over the toilet, and then I think that's about enough. It's definitely bright enough in that bathroom at bedtime. Now we're going for an overhead light, just stretch it a little bit, and a nice little lamp over there. I just want to make the space feel very bright, even in the evening. And again, we've got to change the colour of absolutely everything. I just love these different choices that you have as well, of all the different wicker. And then we're going to lighten this up, I think. See, that looks good. I like how much light that's giving us. Okay, so we are now definitely going downstairs. We're going to get started on this kitchen. It's like where to start. So we start with the fridge, and then I'm going to kind of go around this curve. And we're picking what colour we want. I kind of like the green fridge, but I think it's the wrong shade of green. But we'll check out the colours on the units first. And I'm going for a little mix mash of units, so then it feels more like a normal house, because in a normal house you'll have cupboards that open, 2 drawers, 3 drawers, 4 drawers. This one's only got the 4 drawers or the 2 drawers, so I went with the 4 drawers either side of the sink, because I think that's a good combination. And then here's me trying to work out how to get my kitchen to sort of curve round here. And then I flip this last unit so it gives us handles on either side and then the handles in the middle of that unit, and I think that looks really good. And then I changed my mind on having the units looking like that and put them back to that colour and that pattern. Need to move the window because I realise I have got a cooker that I'm putting in and I don't want a cooker with a window right above it. Absolutely love the fact that we can have these tall standing units. Realistically, in my house, that big tall unit has the fridge inside, but I don't think the Paras could use a fridge if I stuck it inside there. So we just went for like a utility type of space. And then I wanted some cute little shelves. And then I went into advanced tools because I wanted to make them even smaller. So then I could put my cooker hob underneath eventually. And then I'm just finding the right colour to match the rest of the kitchen, because that's so cute. And then some more cupboards. And then another shelf. Yep, couldn't get it back to the right size, so I was just like, I'll just place one of those, it's fine. And then we're going to paint that the same colour, there we go. And then I'm just sorting out the cupboards to make them look how I want them to look. I don't know what happened there, I didn't like the fact that it got rid of that line, so we just moved that cupboard instead. That worked much better. And then this table. I think this table is super cute, love it. And then again, choosing all the different colours that you can have. So I went for a swatch very similar to our cupboards for the underneath, so it kind of matches in with our kitchen a bit better. There we go. And then I did make it this big to begin with. I don't know, I thought, I think that's too many chairs. Too many chairs. But you'll see me put all the chairs around first. And then I'll make the decision that that table looked just too big for the space. There I am, shrinking it down, and I think, right, need to move those chairs because they're all going to try and push closer together. So let's just, there we go. I think that's a better size for this room. I think we got rid of 2 chairs by doing that. And then we're moving on to our front entranceway. And I think that this is really, really cool. You can put a unit underneath the bench, and it looks like there's lots of little drawers for you to stick your shoes in, and I think that's absolutely brilliant. And then I don't like how the handles are coming over the top, so I shrink it down just a little bit more. I can just imagine like a couple of pairs of shoes in each of the drawers. And then I found this shelf, and I absolutely fell in love with it and knew I had to use it. So I'm just working out now how I want the shelves to be positioned. Like that is so cute. And then I kept one the normal size and just attached that, so it kind of gave it a little bit more of a, not everything was the same size feel. And then just a little coat rack, and then again a rug. And absolutely love this advanced tool because you can really customize how wide you want your rug to actually be. And I think that's super cute. And then just picking the colours for our hallway. As you can see from upstairs, where we went for very blues and yellows, to down here where we've gone for more of the pinks and greens. I don't know whether I should go back and just alter the colours upstairs or whether to leave them how they are, because I'm really loving how this pink and green looks. And then we're just going to find some items to decorate this shelf with. Like that salt lamp is so cute. See, I do still stick with a little bit of blue. I've got blue there. And then I found this little star. And it does light up a little bit, so it does help with brightening up this hallway. And then I thought stick some books up on the shelf because well, you know, books can be everywhere. Then I thought these books look a lot better. Brilliant, I've now found somewhere to put my plant. I knew I wanted to use this plant in this hallway. And then because I've got a gap at the back, I'm going to put a nice lamp. Like, look at that lamp! It's a whole leg. But no, we went for a sensible lamp. I think this one's cute. And I just love that green. And then we're going to put some pillows just to make it look cozy. I love those little pink flowers, they're so cute. And then we're just making it as a proper little backrest, so when you're taking off your shoes, you don't bang your head on those shelves. And then I just wanted to move everything over a little bit because I felt like it was a little bit off-centered. So we're just shifting things just a little bit. There we go. And now we're getting back to our kitchen because we're going to stick everything in that we need in a kitchen. So all the kitchen clutter. And then I find a chopping board and make it bigger. A wooden spoon. Some more chopping boards. Some paper towels, and then I start decorating the shelves, putting plates and bowls. Find a little spice rack and I put it on a wall, but I did move it because I didn't like it there. So you'll see me putting things and moving things quite regularly. Casserole dish, egg basket. And then I found that they have like an electric kettle. I think the spout's a little bit thin on it, but I was like, they have an electric kettle? My goodness. There we go. I moved my spice rack over there because I felt like I would probably have spices nearer to my cooker. And then the bread bin, I was like, where am I going to place that? So we moved the eggs up and I put the bread bin where I'm more likely to be able to reach it because I'm only short. And I don't want to be getting a step out every 5 seconds just to reach my bread. And then I found some bags of like coffee and flour. And then I found some things that would make a nice tea, coffee and sugar. So I'm just stacking those. And then I decided I don't like them like that. So we're just going to move everything. And we'll be colouring things as we go along. There we go, they fit in nicer. And then just some more items from the shelf. I absolutely love these little boxes. Sometimes it takes a little time to get them in line. Oop, accidentally moved the shelf and I meant to just grab that instead. And then some milk on the side and a big bowl so it looks like we're actually cooking something. Looks like we're making a cake. Wonder what cake we're going to make. And then I'm just going to pop my microwave over there. And then I find the dishwasher and think that is the perfect place for the dishwasher. Absolutely love it. And now we're going to stick a blind up at the window. Make it a little wider because I can see either side. And then I start to look for some little plants to put on the windowsill. I believe we picked some thyme and some dill maybe, but we're just moving them into place. And then I'm going to work on top of this microwave because I don't know about you, but everybody has clutter on their microwave. So I got some little cookbooks, or what I'm pretending are cookbooks, and then a little tray to put some plants, well, a plant anyway. Perfect. And then I find this little duck candle and I think, oh, that's so cute, I like that. And then I'm just looking around the kitchen, find some beautiful tulips for the table, and then add in some more things to these shelves. And then I find these little bottles and think, yeah, they might be perfect for on this shelf. And some more little jars. Now adding my cooker hood, that's the word. I'm just getting it in the right place. And then I'm going to shrink it in a little bit because I don't want my parrots to hit their head on it. Then we're going to add some underlighting so our parrots can see what they are cooking even when it's dark. And then just a little light over here as well, just to brighten up the space. And then a nice table lamp. Again, the customization, I can't speak highly of it. I absolutely love that you're not just picking from a catalogue, you are actually choosing exactly what you want in your house. And then again, just another light over the sink area just to brighten up that space too. Yep, love that. Oh, moved it again. And we copied it for over in this area here just to brighten over there. And then I thought to myself, this area looks very plain, so we need to do something over here too. So I just copy the blinds over and then we get ourselves a little unit. And we've got a record player, so I wanted to make it wide enough that the record player could sit on it easily. And again, those colours are just not right, so off we go with the colour wheel again. And again, we're sticking with that like pale green. There we go, they look really nice. And then pink for the inside of the record. Gone for a little bit of green just in the unit, and then I just wanted to lighten the unit up a bit in that area. And then because it's been quite warm over here, I've added a fan because I feel like I need one now. Some plants. Honestly, the colours, it's so soft and sweet, love it. Okay, so we're changing the time of day again, and now we are going to move into our living room area. And again, we're going for that soft pink vibe. And absolutely love that you can make L-shaped furniture. And it really fits the space. And then we're going to stick loads and loads of pillows on. Not too many because we do want our parrots to be able to sit down. I was hoping to make some arms, but I decided no, don't like them. So now we're going to move the pillows around and get them to the position I wanted. I just wanted to select the type of pillows I wanted to put on this sofa. And again, just choosing a colour that I think would go lovely in this space. That green is sweet. I love this little pillow as well. And the purple, I've not used purple in this house yet, but that just tied that little area in. I loved it. And then we needed an extra one of those. And those white cushions, they look all furry and sweet. I love it. And then I just paled that yellow down just a little bit because it was a bit too bright for our colour theme. And then we've got this big tall wall here. And I've gone for a nice long unit. Again, just checking out how the different designs look on this piece, because I didn't want it to just look flat. And then a big TV on the wall, had to make it bigger because our wall is so big. And then we've gone for another lamp. We've gone for the same one as we did upstairs, did make it a lot bigger. It's a bit too big at this point. I do shrink it down just a little bit. There we go, but I wanted to take up that space because there was a big patch of wall that I felt like we needed to fill. And now I'm just changing the colour of this unit because I wasn't 100% happy, so we've gone for like white and green. Selecting rugs, again, not sure which rug I want yet, so we're just going to play with the rugs until I get to what I want. I was hoping for like a couple of rugs, but then I felt like no, I just want it sort of more plain. I love these tables as well, how they stack, they are so cute. And then I do alter the colours on them. So like pinks, greens and whites, just to tie in all the colours of the room. And then a little blanket to snuggle up with in the evening time. Again, gone for that pale yellow. And then here's where we're just trying to find some of the items that I would like to put in the living room. I'm going to alter the colours of this. So I add a little tray with all the items that I've selected from the catalogue, and then you'll see me change my mind on these items and go, actually no, I want something different, and I move a few items to over by the TV because I think that they look nice over there. And I decided I don't like those candles after all, so we've gone for a home sign because this is her first home in her new town. She does have a bit of a backstory, which I will be going into more in my next video. Let's just say she has an engagement ring on her bedside cabinet, but she lives here alone. That's the only spoiler I'm giving about my Para's backstory. And then here I am just wanting to sort of put one rug on top of another. I love the fact that you can actually put rugs on top of each other and they're not glitching. Add a bin, we need a bin in the house. I found this bin and absolutely love the fact that you can have a lid that's a different colour to the bin. So happy. I used to have a bin similar to this. I think mine was like a rose gold colour. It was lovely. And then some more books to fill in the space just under the stairs. And again, the fact that you can size them right down, love it. Add a little lamp underneath here. Just helps us to read what the books are, so we can select the book that we want to read. It'd be very dark under the stairs. And then we have to give a nod to this game, Outbound. I played the demo, loved it, and I'm still going to get the full game. Just Paralives is taken over at the moment. But if you want to see Outbound on my channel, please let me know in the comments, because it is one I am considering. And now we're just putting things on the shelves. And then my Para is going to be very into art, so we've given her space to do that in front of this big massive open window. And then we need some mats down so she doesn't make a mess of her beautiful floor. perfect. So now we're going to move over into the kitchen area and put some tiles on the wall by using this dividing tool. Oops, accidentally got rid of the wall there. Let's try again. So I want tiles from there to there, and then I pick these. I wanted to see what they look like on that wall. No, I don't want them there. And then over in this little corner, I thought maybe some wallpaper would just warm up this area. It just feels all a little beige at the minute, and I like that, a little bit of wallpaper. Move these plants over a little. Now let's add some curtains. I love that purple because it just adds that bit of purple in that I added from the pillow. Now some nice blinds. Again, I love how you can alter these blinds so they fit the windows just perfectly. No more messing about. Add in some more decoration over on this wall and some hanging plants. And then just turning them to look pretty. And hopefully she won't bang her head on any of the leaves as she walks up and down the stairs. And now we're just sorting out the garden because we had a lot of clipping from the long grass into the house, so I got rid of that by using like the flat grass. Getting some bins for outside and a little bike. And then this is where I make the house look more like a cottage with the type of plants that I use. So sunflowers up the wall. Like some of them grow really big, some of them are a little bit shorter, but that's okay. And then lots of ivy. And you'll see me doing lots in the same direction, and then I'll go in and alter some of them. So I will turn some of them a bit sideways just to, you know, give it a little bit more dimension. As you can see, making some of them smaller as well. And here I am with the advanced tool, just moving some so it looks like not everything's grown at the same place. Yep, I like the way that looks. And then just a little bit more just on this wall here. And then a small bench for outside, and I chose to go for a pinkish colour to match the front door. And then we're going for a flower bed. And you always have to have a little bit of lavender for the bees. I just think this looks so country cottage garden. Some tall roses in the back there. And now a couple of little bushes. So we're just going around the back, making sure there's no grass poking into the house again. And again, just a couple of trees just to like disguise the house a little bit. That looks so cute. And then a couple of little bushes and a bit of longer grass, just so then it blends in with the surroundings. And then I go for a bit of shorter just around the front because I don't think I want it that much. And then a little bit of a path. And then just filling up this little border over here. and then we soften the path up with some rocks. There we go. And then we add a few little lights, just so then at night time it brightens up that garden. A little light by the door so we can see what we're doing, and then I'm just going to turn it to night just to see, because I was thinking, do I want all of those round lights? And then nope, I'm happy with the decision I made the first time round. So just add in some final lights, and then I'm going to change the colour of the roof, and I'm going to leave you to watch the final pictures, and I hope to see you all next time. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye. Thank you.